Hey, how's it going, guys? In this Python tutorial, I'll be showing you how to perform a Word document mail merge in Python. So before we get started, I just want to say that this tutorial is only for Windows users. If you are using Mac OS or Linux, then this tutorial may not apply to you. Now let's get started. Alright, so we'll be doing a mail merge automation in Python basically. And this idea actually came from my previous tutorial. Automates mail merge to save each record individually in Microsoft Word document. And this automation tutorial was using VBA. Now I want to use Python to mimicking the automation. And if you want to know more detail on automate mail merge, then you can watch this video, which I'll link the link in the description below. Now let's take a look at what we need enable for the automation to work. Alright, so before we get started, you will need to have a Word document template. And I use one of the template from Microsoft Office template website. And the link is templates.office.com. And I'll put the link in the description below as well. And the other thing we need is a data source file. I'll use an Excel file as the data source file. And from the dummy data file, I only have 3 records. And these 2 columns are the only fields we'll be using to replace our mail merge fields. And this is the Word document I'll be using as my Word template. Now let me let's see. So right now my mail merge connection is removed. I'm going to assume that you know how to perform a mail merge manually, because by default you will have to insert the mail merge link first. If you don't know how to do that, then I'll link the tutorial in the description below as well. Alright, so here I have 2 merge fields linked to this Word document. The first field is recipient name, which is the field in column B. And the other field is the date field. So this is the dates we want to insert to our Word template. And once you have a Word document that has all the merge fields linked to the file, then we can now start writing the Python script. And here let me give a demo on the script itself. Right now in my destination folder, and this is where all the mail merge outputs going to get saved. And if I run my mail merge.py file, for some reason in Python, it's going to ask you to select the table, and this behavior does not happen in VBA. So unfortunately, this is something that you have to do every time when you perform mail merge, which is to select the data source table. I'm going to select the table. Now that's going to perform the mail merge. Alright, now once the task is complete, and from the automation, we're actually saving a Word document and a PDF file. Now let me open one of the Word document file. And this is for John. So John from on the top and the date. And if you open the PDF file, and here's the PDF file with the name John and the value from the date field. Right, so why do we want to perform mail merge using Python? So for one, you can actually integrate with third-party platforms, such as if you want to use Google Sheets as data source, or if you're using a customer relationship management system, such as Salesforce, as your data source to perform mail merge, then this is actually a pretty good alternative to do that. And by using Python, we can basically control everything we want to do. Now let me close the Word document. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open my VS Code. I'll start by importing the modules I'll be using. So I'll be using the OS module. And to communicate with Microsoft Word application, I'll be using a module called win32.client. I'm going to name this as win32. If you don't have the library installed, you can use the command pip install. Pip install since pywin32. That's the library's name. I want to grab the working directory first. And I can use the OS module.getCWD and the source file name. The source file is going to be my data source.xlsx, so which is the Excel name. And I'll copy and paste here. If your data source is stored in a third-party system or is coming from a third-party API, what you want to do is you want to use an Excel module such as a Pandas or XLSX Writer. Those modules will allow you to update the Excel data source. And since I'm using Windows, I can use Win32com.client, and this allows me to access every single data model object of my Microsoft Word application. Now let's construct our Word application instance. We'll insert the Win32 module.dispatch. And we'll insert the application name for Word application. It should be Word.application. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to create, which is the destination folder path. So let's name that destination folder. And it's going to be working directory followed by oops, and followed by the destination folder name. If this is the first time you're using Win32com library, so basically it's very similar to using VBA, except that we need to translate some the syntax in Python. So here we're creating an instance of Word application. We need to set the visibility to true. And the property name is visible. Let me insert notes, create a Word doc application instance. This should be Word application instance. Next, we need to open the Word template. I'll name the Word template source doc is equals to, so we'll take the Word application instance documents open, and we'll pass the Word template file path. And it should be working directory plus the template name. Let me see. I'll grab the file name and just copy and paste. Now let's run this code block. So I'm going to just manually run it. I'll move the panel to the right. Now let me run these two lines to create my Word application instance. And because I already have a Word document file open, this line is not going to do anything. But if I run line 17, which is to open our template file Word document, that's going to open my template file. Now if you go to the mailings tab, you'll see that the mail merge settings are currently turned off. That's because we're going to open the data source in Python. And the other thing, since we have our Word document instance, so if we take the source doc, unfortunately, if I'm using Win32com library to communicate with Windows application, you're not going to get a lot of useful information when you try to access the attributes or method. So if I print the type, the information is only going to tell me that this is a cdispatch data object. If we try to use the function to print all the members, and that's not going to give you a lot of information to work with. At this point, everything we do is basically mimicking VBA. And since I've been working with Win32 library for a pretty good amount of time, I know source.this this object is actually a Word document instance. So let me do an enter. Right. So if I use the property.name, that will give me the file name. And if I use the property for path, since for path, let's see, it should be full name. Okay, should be full name, and that gives me the full file path of my source document. Now let's create our mail merge instance. So I'll name the instance mail merge, and from the source doc object dot mail merge, and I'll create an instance of mail merge object that ties to our source document. Now we can open the data source. It should be capital O. Open data source. And we need to provide the file path of the Excel file. And it should be under working directory, followed by the Excel name. It should be source name. We also need to insert a SQL statement to tell the Word document what records we want to retrieve. So we need to insert the parameter name, SQL statement. When we are inserting a value to a parameter, we need to use colon followed by equal sign. So here I need to do the same, colon, equal sign. And insert the SQL statement, select everything, followed by the worksheet name. And the worksheet name is data source. So I'm going to copy the tab name. And we need to insert the $sign to indicating that this is a worksheet. Now let's run these 5 lines. Let me see. Okay, so it's going to ask me to select the data source. And unfortunately, this is something you cannot avoid when you are performing mail merge in Python. But if you are using VBA, then the dialog screen will not show up. Here I'm going to select the data source worksheet and click on OK. Now under the mailings tab, all the mail merge options are now turned on. So we can navigate each record. So here let's click on preview results. I know I have 3 records, so here I can navigate each record one by one. We need to get the record count first because we want to insert a loop later. So from mail merge data source record count, and this is the property that will return the record count. And we run line 24. If I print record count, that will return 3. Now we can perform our mail merge. So perform mail merge. Oops. And here I want to add a note plus open data source. Alright, so here we need to insert loop. We're going to say that for I in range. And in VBA, the array base starts from 1. So we need to insert 1 as our starting point. And from record count, we need to increase the record count by 1. So the secret sauce to Word document mail merge is basically to set the active record, first record, and last record index to the same value. So from mail merge data source, we want to set the active record index to I. I'm going to make 2 more copies, and this will be first record, and this will be last record. If you don't do this, then when you perform a mail merge, the program is going to combine all the records into a single document. From mail merge, we need to set the destination to send to new document and the new value is 0. So this is something you have to go to Microsoft Web Application documentation to get those new values. I want to set the execution to false. In terms of the file name, and here's where we can specify our file name. And with the values in column B, recipient's name. So I'm going to create a variable called base name. And I want to grab the recipient value of that particular record. So from mail merge data source data fields. And since my header name has a space, actually spaces, 2 spaces, I need to replace the spaces with underscore. So let me insert the column name, name of recipient. And I need to replace the space with underscore. And that value. So this will gives me the record value of name of recipient. Now let's go back to line 34 and 35. So let me just go over what will happen when we run these 2 lines. So when you run line 34, it's going to create a new document. And line 35 is going to put the information on the Word document. I know the active document is going to be the document I want to save. So here from the web application, I want to create another instance of Word document, and it's going to be my target documentation or Word documentation. It's equals to Word app that active document. And this will be save files in Word doc and PDF. To save the document, I'll use the method save as to, and I'll pass the file path. So as that path dot join, and I will save the file under my destination folder. It will be the target folder path. So I'll grab the destination folder variable name, and I'll just copy and paste. And this will be base name plus the extension name .docx. And we need to insert the file type number. And for Word document, it's going to be 16. So this line will save the file as a new document. Now we need to take the same file and save that as PDF. To save a Word document as PDF, in VBA is using export as fixed format method. And we'll pass the destination folder path. We'll copy the folder path from save as to. I'll copy and paste. Except that here we don't need to provide the extension name. We just need to specify the export format. And it's going to be 17. And once we save the Word document and export as PDF, we can close the file. So close target file. The close method has a parameter name called save on close, I think. I want to set the value to false. I don't want to save on close since we already saved the file in line 45. And to follow the same practice in VBA, I'll set the target doc object to none. And finally, I can remove the connection. So from source doc mail merge main document type, we need to set the setting value to -1. And that's it. Right, now let's do a test run. So close this. And I'll delete all the files in my destination folder. Now I'm going to press F5 to run the script. Oh, and we need to confirm the data source. Alright, so here I have an error. So I think it was a typo. So this should be colon followed by the equal sign. Let me go back. Okay, let me try again. So I'll save the script and run it. Confirm the data source. And let's go back. So here the script executes successfully this time. So I'll open these two files. Should I want to open with VS Code? Alright, now let's take a look. So from this PDF file, we have Mary as the recipient name. And the day value, I set that to December 1st, 2020. If we look at the source file, the date for Mary is set to December 1st, 2020. And just to verify one more time, so I'll look at the Word document file, and just to make sure that the output is exactly the same. Alright, so this episode I want to share in this video, just something I thought would be really useful. And surprisingly, this is actually one of my most requested topics. A lot of people ask me how can we do that in Python. And I thought today would be the day when I make this tutorial. If you have any question or any feedback, please leave them in the comment section below. And finally, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.